Alrighty, welcome back. For those of you that are new here, my name's Taylor. We have special guest here.
Hi, my name is Avi. I'm one of Taylor's reps he recruited this year.
We're good buddies now. We're actually going to go over kind of his experience, what he's liked, what he's disliked, some of the hardships, and what you've struggled with, what you've succeeded with, and just kind of give you a little background on what it's like to be a door-to-door sales rep. Alrighty, so how long have you been working here?
Beginning of last month, I came
So like a month and a half.
about a month and a half. Like today's the 20th, so a month and a half.
So a month and a half. What's been your favorite part so far?
Well, this usually doesn't happen, but because of COVID, we've moved like 6 times. But I mean, it was
true. That's true. This is very not a normal summer.
But I mean, it's been pretty awesome. Like I live in Florida, then I followed a stranger out to Dallas.
True.
And
Met
then
over YouTube.
And now we're in Chicago, Illinois. So
yeah. So we moved to Dallas. We moved 2 places while we were in Dallas. We got up here to Chicago, and we've moved another 2 places since we've been here. So we just like to mix it up. What's been the most challenging part of the job? Training, selling, just kind of the whole thing. What's been the most challenging?
I would definitely say I started looking into this seriously. I think it was February or March, and I was telling my mom, and then she was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Is this real?" And I started looking all the YouTube videos, and I was like, "Okay, this seems legit." And I reached out to Taylor. He reached back to me, and more so I didn't really pay any mind to it. I didn't he sent me all the packets to work on. I didn't study it all. And I remember one day he was like, "Hey, can you send me your pitch?" And I was like, "Oh man." So I had to I literally studied
Pressure's
it.
on.
I literally studied for 30, 40 minutes, and I sent it to him. It was horrible. I rushed through the pitch, talked way too fast, had too many filler words. It was really bad. So I would advise anyone, if you're gonna come out here, actually take it serious. I wish I studied more, role played more, actually looked through the packet and read the manual. I read it only once. I would recommend you at least read it 2 or 3 times before you actually come out. And even if you practice all that, you're still gonna be prepared until you actually knock your first door, and then feel that the anxious. I was super anxious first one, and
It's 100% different. Training
Yeah.
is 100% different from knocking doors, but the training's what's gonna prepare you to knock the doors. I remember my first summer, I read the manual like you were saying. I read it 3 times before I went out there, and I was still second door. I was like, "My name's Taylor. I'm with Aptive," and I just forgot everything to say.
My first set was really funny. I walked up and I started pitching I remember I name dropped random people. I didn't even know whose names they were. And then halfway through the pitch, I got stuck, and then he just jumped in and finished it for me.
How did you get the job? How'd you learn about it? How'd you...
Yeah, so long story short, how I learned about it is, as with Taylor, he wants to do real estate, and that's what I want to do as well. I really like to watch Meet Kevin. You guys should subscribe as well. He's really good. He knows a lot about real estate, really influential and very knowledgeable about that subject. And he was interviewing this guy. It was 80 plus doors of rental. And then he was like, "How'd you acquire all this capital?" And he was like, "From knocking doors to door, selling pest control." I'm like, this guy's I was like, "This is not real." I was like, "What?" And then Kevin, a couple months later, made another video about going to see. He was like, "Did he really make this much money from knocking door to door?" He went and shadowed with him for a day. Meet Kevin only knocked for a couple hours. He sold 3 accounts, and with that commission structure, he was making I think with those 3 accounts, he made $750, $800. And I'm like, wow. So after that, I started reading about Aptive. I went on Glassdoor, read about the job. I looked up as many YouTube videos as I could as possible, and I'm like, this stuff seems legit. And I started looking up I went on Google and looked up all these door knocking companies, and there's a whole bunch. And the most prominent one that was talked about was Aptive, because of the commission structure they put up for the reps, the focus they let on with the team, and the amount of inclusiveness they had as well. And I was like, what I had to lose? I was like, it's only 3-4 months. I'm like, worst case scenario, I went, didn't make any money. I was like, what? That's only 3-4 months of my summer gone. I'm like, it's one summer. I was like, that's not gonna be bad. Then I end up meeting him on YouTube. I watched Taylor's videos. He had his pitch. He was describing this thing, and I ended up reaching out to him. And then He offered me a job. I think I messaged you like it was in February or March.
Yeah, I think it's February.
February.
So it's been 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the scariest thing. I was like, if anyone was watching, because I saw a lot of comments under Chandler's video as well. I was watching all these videos. It was only like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bunch of like white guys, and I'm like, is this gonna be a good fit for me? Because I'm brown. Are people gonna be like responsive to me? And like how hard is it gonna be? Because especially because my mom, that was one of the main things my mom was concerned as well. And
But you got the drip.
but I got, but like, I'm proud to say, like, I think right now I'm like the second rookie, the second, like the second
Besides,
rookie.
there's like the experienced guys that have sold multiple years, but I think you're tied for like the second of the first year.
I'm actually second.
Yeah.
As of right now, I'm second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So I'm the
he's
second.
actually second.
I'm the second rookie right now, like behind like 2 accounts. So like it's not even that far. So yeah.
That's pretty impressive. What did you do to prepare for the job, and what would you recommend others that are looking into this job? What should they do to prepare to get the job?
Here's what I did to prepare. Nothing. Then that was my biggest regret before coming out this summer. I didn't prepare enough at all. Like when I was watching the videos I was mentioning, I'm like, that stuff is easy. And the worst part, what that made it even worse, or worse in my case, was like the first day I shadowed him. I shadowed him like for an hour, and like this kid did it on 3, and I'm like, stuff is easy. I was like, how are people not hitting higher numbers? Like this kid threw around 3 in 1 hour, and I'm like, this is gonna be easy. And I knocked the rest of the afternoon, and I literally sold 1, and that was it. And I'm like, dang, this is rough. This is really rough. But I would recommend, one of the things that I did, started training now. Like I'm actually training now still every single day. I try to as much as I can. All these top reps and experienced ones have videos that you could watch, and like if you want, you can mimic or try to emulate like their body language, the tone they speak in, the verbiage they use. Because I would be honest, like I was looking at all these videos and I'm like, it's not any different from what I'm pitching and what they are. It's just the confidence in what they're saying, how they explain it to the customer, and the literally like small little words they use make a biggest difference in order to like convince someone that it's a necessity, that they need something, that it's going to be essential for them to have it because they see use in the product or the service that we're providing for the customers. Pretty much.
Yeah,
it's not
it comes down to like 3 things: confidence, their paraverbal communication, and their nonverbal communication. So how they say things, and then how they say things with their body would be like the 3 things.
Yeah, for sure. Like for instance, like I would like last week was one of my worst weeks ever. From Monday to Friday, I literally sold 2 accounts, and like this job is hard. Like I came out with the mindset, I'm like, it's gonna be easy. I was like, I don't have to worry. I'm like, I'm gonna make so much money. Like that is not the case at all. If you do not put in the time and study, you will not make it. And last week it was hard. I was like, oh my God. And then literally Friday night I was watching something, and then this guy was he was like, you know what, when you're going prospecting and like cold calling leads like this, pretty much, like don't look for sales, like look for people to have conversations with. And I'm like, you know what, I need to boost my confidence. It was like yay low. It was very bad. And something Taylor recommended me, like, I don't know if you can see, I'm like wearing a chain and I have earrings. I was like, yeah, how's it bad is it gonna be? Because I had a beard, my hair was all messy, I didn't wear earrings on the door or a chain. And last week Saturday it happened to be really cold, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna dress comfortably, I'm gonna wear earrings, I'm gonna wear my chain, because like I feel comfortable and confident in it. Like my confidence was way up here because I felt comfortable. I felt so
I remember he messaged me, he's like last week it was his hardest week, and he's like, was me selling just like a fluke to begin with? I was like, no, like dude, like you're gonna have hard weeks, everyone has hard weeks, like this is the hardest job in the world, in my opinion. Like you get rejected and you get told to like F off and get the F off my property, like a lot. Like you'll get told no probably 50 plus times a day.
Yeah.
And people just like diminish you to like you're the scum of the earth. So like this is the hardest job, but as long as like you can like overcome that and still have like a positive mindset? Like, okay, like that person told me no, like move on, talk to the next person.
Yeah, literally, like when you're going, like when you're knocking on doors, whatever happened at the last door, remember if it was bad, good, or like neutral, completely forget about it. And this is a new door. This is a fresh prospect. Like you don't know what's gonna happen when they open that door. So like, don't have anything in your mind from the last door, either it was good or bad, to affect your mood on the next one, because you want to be confident. And that's what I was saying. Like that was my worst week. I literally sold 2 from Monday to Friday. I literally did all that stuff Saturday morning. I knocked out like it was 3 in an hour, right?
Yeah.
It was like 3 in an hour, and I was like, wow. I was like so I would recommend, like, confidence is a big thing, because like I feel like my body language is off. I was like slumping at the doors, and there was like, I think on one of the days, like I literally sat down for like a good 20 minutes. I wasted so much time because I'm like, there's no point me knocking. And then like the fact that you have that negative mentality, there is no point that you actually go and knock the doors, because the customers are actually going to feed off of it and you're not going to get anywhere with it. And literally Monday, Saturday, I sold 3 in an hour. And so I would say mentality is probably the biggest part of this job, because you get lost behind so many things, and it's hard to keep a positive mindset. That's why they encourage us, like, wake up early, exercise to get like your body flowing, to get in a good state. They try to do a lot of things at morning meetings to like boost your self-confidence and your self-esteem. And mentality is 100% of the job. And like after that is this work ethic and skill, but skill's the last one. Like you'll develop that regardless, but mentality, work ethic, and then skill for sure. Those are the top 3 things anyone needs.
Kind of leading into that, what's it like competing against others, like in the competitions, in the tournaments, and then just like other people on the team?
Oh yeah, man. First week of Masters, I matched up with someone. It was a girl. She whooped me. I literally sold, like, I was like, it was a Wednesday or Thursday. I sold like 2 or 3. I'm like, wow, I'm doing good. I went to check mine. She sold 9, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, I can't catch up. And like, I think she won. Like, I think I ended up like with 6 or 7, and she had like, I think it was like 15 or 19 at that point, and I was like, yeah, I'm done for. But after that, I mean, competing with others, it's a real, I mean, I don't know for other people, but for me, it's like motivation. The Masters, like after a while, they put you with people like who are selling your level. Mm-hmm. So like at that point, it's driving you. It's like, okay, if they're as good or as bad as you, like that's someone on your same skill level, and you guys could both compete together. And competing with others against on the team, it's like people who are still at the same level. You're like looking for them as your average, or like someone you should keep up with or stay ahead of. And I mean, it's friendly competition, because like these guys are your friends for sure. Like everybody's so cool here, and like you're looking at them as like something like you should keep up with them or stay with them, because like this is where you're selling at, and that's something you want to stick to and try to feed off of as well. Because like one of the good things about it is like everyone's together. If one person's negative and like it spreads around everybody, like everybody gets down. So the good thing is, like, if you're on all these positive guys, everyone is going to do well, and that's something like we try to keep up as much as possible.
It's crazy, like none of us know each other, and then we all come together one day, and we're now like best of friends. We all know each other.
Yeah.
Like, we're like a brotherhood now, to where like I know like a lot about these guys, and I met them
a month ago. Yeah, like honestly, like I would compare this to like a working frat, honestly. Like it's really funny.
It's a lot of fun.
The only time we're not together is like when we're literally working, but every other, like basically other than that, we're together all the time.
Spend the weekends together. We go downtown Chicago, go walk around, hang out, just do lots of fun stuff. We're in Dallas too, so just kind of hanging out, just having a good time. But if you guys are like interested in learning more about the job or anything like that, or if you're interested in doing the job, just email me at t.barnes@goaptive.com, or you can check out summersales.org, or check out a variety of different just Aptive pages. But anything else that you would like recommend that people do? I
would recommend, honestly, if you golden prospects, I think would be really good for this job. If you know your self-worth and you know you're like a hard worker and you will put out anything to get something determined and get it done, this would be the perfect job for you, because you make as much as you want. That's it. There's no cap on how much money you can make. It's literally, if you have the drive and the focus and determination, like you will do it. And like, if you don't, like you don't have the work ethic, or like you're not positive all the time, or you can't keep the kind of mentality, for sure I would like everyone to try it out, because it'll be a really good experience for everybody. But honestly, the people who do well is those three things I mentioned, like determination, a positive mindset all the time, and if you're able to like stay positive in the face of adversity, like you would be amazing for this job. I would definitely recommend anyone, if you want to get into sales or sales experience, like this would be perfect for you to try out.
For sure. So reach out to me, and if you want to work with Avi or I, we can get you set up and get you taken care of. So we'll catch you guys next time.
All right. So how much of that you can include? I got to see the final cut before you post it.
Final cut? No, I'll have to edit it.
How long is that going to take?
It doesn't take me too long. It takes me an hour or so.
I didn't even know you posted that last one up, like the first day I sold.
Oh, really?
I didn't even know until like a week later. There was one dislike on it. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, it's probably because I'm brown.